Hello friends, welcome back in the UPSC Mind Map channels. Today's we are discuss administrative theory, that is a chapter number 2 of a public administrations paper number. So we discuss here first chapter is the scientific management theory, then bureaucratic theory of administrations. The classical theory is the next is the human relations theory and behavioral theory, ideals of a MP Follett, the system theory, the contingency theory. We all are discuss in our next lectures. Here discuss only a scientific management theory in a detailed manner. So first we try to know that what history of the scientific management theory. That is, the scientific management theory was the first coined by the Louis Brandeis in 1910. The scientific management refers to a application of a science in managerial practice, involvement of a scientific methods in field of a industrial work. Guys, mind that the scientific management theory was mainly for the industrial work, right? And the process and the management in order to promote economy and efficiency in organizations. So we are utilized that the scientific management theory. F.W. Taylor was the first exponents of a scientific management theory. That is, and at last we are say that a father of scientific management theory is the F.W. Taylor. So we can shortly say that the Taylor was the father of a scientific management theory. Okay. F.W. Taylor's conducted also a pig iron experiment in which he proved that the systematization may attempt a higher degree of efficiency. He is the focus mainly for the systematization of a work in scientific manner. That is also called a scientific management theory. He written a 2-3 books. That is, the first is the piece rate systems, published in 1895. Then next is the shop management, published in 1903. The art of cutting metal in 1906. The principle of a scientific management, published in 1911. Guys, you think that why I am telling books names with years? Because some of the questions are asking in not directly what is the scientific management theory and how is it useful for the industry. They are generally sometimes ask the piece rate systems was who developed, and what is this piece rate systems. So if you are know that F.W. Taylor is written a book of a piece rate system, shop management, the art of cutting metals, then it is helpful for know that what questions are really asked. So we have to be know that some of the books names, that is the important book names only, right? Then nextly we know that principle of scientific management theory, that is detailed parts we can discuss in 4 principles there are. That is, the first principle is the development of a true science of work. F.W. Taylors are always think that if any organizations are not develop a true scientific work, like if any persons are not doing a job in a some of the set of rules, then they are not get a more efficient and the efficiency in a work, right? So he always focus on the true science of work, that is the first principles, and give workers to a large daily task, then he will get a maximum output. The next principle is the scientific selections of a training. He also focused that the training is also a very important part of the scientific management theory. He focused that the scientific selections of a training is the part of the scientific management theory. Then third is the division of a work between a workman and the management, means that if many workers have a no division of work, then they are not fully efficiently work any part of the company. So firstly is the need of a division of a worker and managements, then they can also work according to the targets. Then next is the bringing together science of work and the synthetically selected workmen, scientifically selected workmen, means that he focused that if we are develop a scientifically work, then we also need a together, that is the workers and the managements. He mainly focused that we have to develop a true science of work, then give a large daily task. Then next is the together science of work in the scientifically selected workmans. He focused also training parts. Then there is the four principles we are also discussed. Next is the techniques based upon taylorisms. There are so many techniques of taylorisms, that is the first is the time and motion study. Time and motion study means time is related to the determination, means content of a job, planning of a large daily task. Motion means observance of all process, particularly in a job. Determination of the best set of motions means that time and motions we are usually use in a current scenario also. That is the first time we have to determine, like you can understand is if you are preparing for the UPSC examinations, then here is also a need of the time management. If we are not manage a time according to examinations time, then we are not completed question papers in complete time. So we have to be a manage of a time management, time with motions. If we are not right according to the time, then if our writing speed means a motion is slow or fast, then according to the questions we are not writing, then we can't success, we can't achieve our success. So there is also in a real life we can also see that importance of a time and motion study. So Taylor is the also work upon it and say that time and motion study and time and motions is the need of any organization. Then next is the differential piece rate systems. Differential piece rate systems means that the workers are paid wages and the place rate wise real time and the motions in which we are. Piece rate means average standards, low price rates. Average standard persons give a low price rate, then standard persons give a standard piece rates, then larger standard persons give a discharge from the organizations. Means that if according to the person efficiency we have to give a performance. So the person of a good efficient good efficient persons work more to wanting of a good good charge good charge and good rate. You can also see if any company there are also allocated the performance rate and the promotion, give a promotion. If you are working a good, then he give a promotion, he give a rate and promoted you in a next departments. So there was a concepts of the tailors. if you are if you are give a difference piece rate system, then your company organizations is will be grow, right? The next is the functional foremanships. Functional foremanships is like a food type. There is the organizations, okay, and here is the four functional executives, function four managers, and the four managers are divided into a four subgroup also, okay. Then there is a which four, and all four groups have a one is the functional foremanship. Functional foremanship, that is the leader of all, and he can manage all departments. There is a only one leaders, not a many leaders. Concept says the if any company or any organizations have a one leader, they can quickly decisions take a quick decisions, then any organizations will be grow up in according to the tailors. Here is the some study also. Some of the four, with the help of a four departments, we can achieve a good planning and execute them in a good manners. So that is the techniques of the uh, taylorism. So that is the first is the time and motion study, then next is the differential piece rate systems, and third is the functional hormanships. That is the techniques of a taylorisms. And we have to we know that criticisms also. Some of the persons are criticize scientific management theory also. So now we try to understand who and what who and which manners he or she criticizes. That is the first is the mechanical aspects, criticizes by in the mechanical aspects. Someone is the say that many people are say that the scientific management theory are the totally mechanicals. They are have a no idea of the human beings, and they are criticizing. I give you a name, just wait. There was not given any name. So first criticisms was that Taylorism as a limited theory, means it is called a limited theory because there is a limitations on organizational size in terms of operationalization. So it is only applicable to shop floor managements, not the growth, not the growth. And next is the it is applied for a programmed job, not a non-programmed job. Means this scientific management theory are only applied to the program jobs, not for the unprogrammed non-programmed jobs. Like you can see that many organizations or industries are non-programmed. So he is the criticize that. Then next is the there is a limitations in industrial visions as it is primarily related to the economy and efficiency, not effectiveness. Means that someone is the say that scientific management theory are related to the only efficiency, not effectiveness. They are only focus of how to increase efficiency, not effectiveness. So he is the criticize that. Then next is the someone is say that the Taylorism as a mechanist theory because it depersonalized workers and assumed worker as a mere cog in machine. Means that cog in machine means persons are like a robot. They are only a work, not understand this is the human being also. They are only applied to the cog in machine. So he is the criticize. You know also that we are feel that a machine. We are each and every. We are not a machine, na. Uh, Sometimes we are study, sometimes doing another things according to our emotions. So how can be truthful if anyone's understand like a robot only? We have a feeling. So this is also a thinkable points. Then next is the Taylorism ignored the participation of a worker in management. Taylorism think that participation of a workers in management is create a diversity. So he said that only one person's like a functional foremanship who decide any planning and things how can we change it. And the next is the it neglects the psychological consequences of a worker. Means we are also discussed that Taylor is ignored that the human is also a human beings. He also he only understands, he only try to understand, so this is the robot. He all he, if you see the Taylor's principles, then you will get an idea about this. The first is the time and emotions. That is also indicate that if you are take a large daily task, then your efficiency get benefited. So someone is the criticize that the Taylor's scientific management theory is neglected the psychological consequence. Then next is the Taylorisms as oversimplified concepts of motivation. I give you an idea. If you don't know any criticisms, then you can say that oversimplified. Many people are criticize like oversimplified. If you feel that and anyone say that criticize the law, then you can also say that oversimplified means how thrown experiment. Hawthorne experiments which is conducted in the Ilton Mayo proved the fact of that a socio-psychological environment motivates workers. So Taylorisms underestimated human factors and the human situations. Means Elton Mayo is the persons who are the experimented in a Hawthorne in USA. Okay, Hawthorne. I can write this. Hawthorne. Hawthorne in USA. Okay. Here is the Ilton Mayo is proof that human is the socio-psychological environments that is the motivates of the workers, but Taylorisms are ignored these factors. Taylorism was impersonal, so the principle of scientific management seemed as a jungle principle. Someone is the say that also the scientific management theory is like a jungle principle. So this is the big criticism, na. And then next is the Taylorism as a anti-behavioral theory. Simon and March blamed Taylorism because it sacrifices the initiative of a workers and sense of responsibility. So they regarded that Taylorism should be a subject of a psychological theory. This is the big criticism. So Simon and the March say that scientific management theory is the sacrifice initiatives of a workers, not a motivate a workers. They are only focused on the efficiency and given a large daily task. So Simon and March is criticize that the scientific management theory. The next criticism is the anti-management theory. There is a no any discussions on the topic of the management. So they are say that that is the anti-management theory because Taylorism advocated that the technical competence, not a educational qualifications. They are always and always focus on the technical competence only, not education qualifications, the basis of the promotions. Taylorism rejected also a relevance of a general administration at the top levels of management. Then Taylorism as a anti-labor theory. This is also a very important. Taylorisms are the anti-labor theory means that the Taylorisms had a destroy a trade unions. A trade union as there are neglected a cooperation among the workers. They forget that cooperation of a worker is the very important also part of the any any company industry like, but Taylorisms are forget and not mention a cooperation among the workers. It neglected the principle of a collective bargaining. Means collective bargaining, group decision making means any particular person's view also is the needed. They only focus on a functional foremanship, only one person as a leaders and they can decide each and everything of the company. This is the big thing also. And Taylorism leads to creation of a problems of unemployment due to a rational parameters. This is Taylorisms are and the trade unions are also the um, criticize about the scientific management theory. The criticism made by the trade union also and the other scholastic world compelled the USA administration the appointment of the special committee on investigations on relevance of a Taylorism. So the USA administrations appointed the Robert Hoxie committee, that is a trade union. Robert Hoxie committee is the appointed for the investigation of a trade unions and the scientific management theory. The committee submitted the reports in 1915s and rejected the concept of a Taylorism in industry due to the mechanistic approach. I discussed earlier that the scientific management theory is the mechanistic, not the human being thinking like. Okay. Then this is the criticisms and sum up also. If anyone criticize then relevance also. So now we discuss a relevance that there are many important points of the relevance also. Some of the peoples are also mentions the relevance of a Taylorisms. In the post Taylorisms phase, The scientific management theory got modified and constructed with the inclusions of a human and the pragmatic factors. And then new schools of thoughts come into the being, promoted Taylorisms, what is called the neo-Taylorisms. The Taylorisms in a continuation as a part of a industrial movement is said to be a scientific management movement. The movement is reflected by the following developments, that is the developments of a emergence of a new concepts based on the Taylorisms. Some of the persons who say that there was a relevance of a scientific management theory, guys, here need a focus, because many questions in many times ask the relevance of a scientific management theory. So mind it that the first person is the Grant's chart. On the pattern of a Taylorisms, Henry Grants developed a complex chart order to evaluate the plant performance against the particular time. Grant's chart is the generally applications for the railway operation systems. Nowadays, these systems are using in a railway department and the network project managements like program evaluations and the review technology, that is the PERT, program evaluation and the review technology, and the critical managements, that is the PM, they are also using nowadays. The next is the concepts of Theblick, that is the persons. It was developed by a Frank Gilberts that refers to an elementary unit of task. It is based on a time and motion study of a Taylorisms. It is applied for accuracy based operational systems including the nanotechnology. Guys, this is the use also a concepts of a scientific management theory, and the neo-scientific management theory are used in the nanotechnology. Okay, then some of the persons are also Gilberts are the mention of flow process charts, quality control mechanisms, and the total quality managements, knowledge managements, Six Sigma concepts. We are trying to understand what is the Six Sigma concepts. It is a managerial concepts of a 21st century entrepreneurship. It is a business management strategy development first developed by the Motorola in 1981. Motorola is the mobile, first time is the invention is the 1981. Six Sigma seeks to improve the quality and the process output by identifying and removing the causes of defect by minimizing concrete variables with respect to emerging situations. The concept is based upon a scientific management because each Six Sigma project follows defined sequence of steps with quantified targets. Okay, then next is the principle of efficiency by the Henry Emerson. He also gave a 12 principles of efficiency that are the based upon the scientific management theory. The next is the paperwork simplification. In 1914, Benjamin Graham developed industrial engineering techniques and factory clerical work. He is also regarded as a father of paperwork simplifications. It is relevant concepts while making official file managements in an organizations. Techniques for administrative improvements in public administrations. The techniques of administrative improvements, including a work study and work managements, working under the scientific management theory. Guys, so now we are discuss totally in detailed manners that is the scientific management theory and what is the criticisms or the principles also or relevance also. Any theory have a negative, there are any theory, we have to understand the any theory like a scientific management theory. Now we are revising what our study in this lectures, that is a first introduction also, intro part, then feature, feature, sorry for inconvenience. Guys, here is the problems of the editing the video, but I'm improve it day by day. So I orally say that we are learned in this lectures scientific management theory, what is the and the when there was the coming into the force, and the next is the principles of the scientific management theory, and next techniques based upon the Taylorisms, then criticism of a Taylorism and relevance of a Taylorisms. Here is the important is the principles of a scientific management theory. Then next is the techniques also, sometimes they are asked some of the techniques of the Taylors, and they are say that define this theory and verify this is the good or not for the industry or the any organizations. So I think this is the enough for scientific management theory. Thank you for giving your times. Thank you guys, thank you so much.